Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Tomas sharing all my thoughts on fashion and lifestyle and anything else that comes to mind. I'm here every Wednesday, so thank you so much for joining me this week. For this week's video, I actually have an idea that I've had written down for quite a while, and I really want to share with you guys some of my favorite lesser known fashion brands to shop for or just to know in general. If you guys watch this channel, then you know that I am a big fan of, like the mainstream brands. Like I love azpiazu, Miu Miu, Celine. But in this video, I really want to highlight some more maybe lesser known brands that you haven't heard of. These are all readily available, especially on Essence. So if you do want to shop them, I feel like I want to let you know about brands that you can kind of like easily shop for. As always, don't forget to follow me all over on Instagram and make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the video. Let's get right to it because there's absolutely no time to waste. So we're going to start with the first one, which is Ungatekeeping. I personally am really into Korean fashion. I've been a fan of K-pop for about like maybe 9 or 10 years. And I think the fashion over there, I think is always really, really cool. I mean, I've heard of some of my friends going to Seoul and checking out the clothing, and like even the cheapest stores, like the H&Ms there will have just like some of the coolest clothing there. The only problem it is that it's like all one size over there. Like they think it's like Brandy Melville over there because they don't do sizing. It's like literally all one size. So if you don't fit into it, you're kind of like out of luck. But Ungatekeeping is a Seoul-based brand that is actually based in Paris now. It's been out for quite a while. I think they just celebrated their 20th anniversary. But what I really like about Ungatekeeping that is different from other Korean or other fashion brands that have derived from Seoul is that you can really see the essence of the French kind of aesthetic and silhouette in the clothing, especially in the last few seasons. I love this kind of mix that is so unique of like French fashion and then like Korean fashion, and you can kind of blend it all together. The designer, her name is Madame Wu, which I totally love. Like, yes, come on title. Like, I totally love that. I think it's the coolest thing ever. You can kind of get the essence of like the French man, like the very thinning silhouettes, very kind of Eddie Semaine for Dior, like kind of slimming, skinny, like staples. But then you'll get kind of like the streetwear, casual wear from like the Koreans, where it's like all a little bit looser. It's all like kind of just throw on and go. I feel like the last few seasons have been really excellent. And I love how Ungatekeeping uses kind of the logo in like a very minimal way. So in all their pieces, they have this like metallic square on the back, or like I have a pair of shorts that I shared with you guys like 2 weeks ago from Ungatekeeping, and they have the logo like on the waist. I just think that's a really cool way to kind of like signify branding, like kind of like an if you know you know vibe. I absolutely love this brand. I am planning on buying a lot of my clothes from there. I feel like they do basics that are still kind of like elevated really well, which is a really big reason that I love the Issey Miyake stuff, because I just think it looks really elevated, but still it's very classic, so I don't have to worry about putting it on. So with Ungatekeeping, she really focuses a lot on like the tailoring aspect. So like if I'm gonna wear like pants and then like a button up and just a nice pair of designer shoes, I feel like I'm so put together, but I haven't really thought about my look. Ungatekeeping, one of my favorite brands out there right now, and I feel like they're expanding. I've seen them lately do like ad campaigns, and they are building, and I believe they have 2 stores in Paris. So I think this is one of those cool, like kind of up and coming, but like I feel like everybody should know about it, and it's still like a little bit indie, but it's really, really cool. Great quality. It's also not that expensive. I mean, for the most part, can be affordable. Affordable means different for like everybody, but for the most part, I feel like Ungatekeeping is a pretty attainable. Great quality, great basics, like you cannot go wrong with them. And that is one of my favorite brands right now. All right, let me move on to footwear, because I know that you guys know that I am like a footwear addict. I am actually on a shoe ban this year, and I actually don't think I bought any shoes this year. Have I? I actually don't think I bought any shoes, and we are in June, which is kind of crazy because I'm like halfway through the year. I know there's some kind of like low-vis shoes that I've been wanting, and like some sneakers and boots. So I feel like, okay, maybe I do deserve to buy myself a pair of shoes, because I just realized we're in June and I don't think I bought a single pair of shoes. One of my favorite shoe brands out right now is Yume Yume. You guys know my aesthetic. I love this kind of like chunky platform sneaker or boot vibe. I feel like when I look at footwear, I always want it to be like chunky. Kind of has like a platform vibe, kind of like the Jill Sander ones that I have and that I show you guys a lot. That's my thing for like footwear. It has to be chunky. It has to be like a little big and like oversized. I believe they are originating from a Spanish country. I could be wrong. It's either Brazil or I honestly don't remember. I'm gonna put in the video where they are originating from, but I believe they are based in Paris, and I just love it. It could do this like kind of like you know those boots that you wear when you go fishing, like they do this like footwear sneaker boot hybrid that kind of looks like the Rick Owens Ramones, but like you can kind of like fold them down on your leg, and I am literally so obsessed with them. I've had them on my wish list for quite a while, and I feel like this summer this is one of those shoes that I'm gonna get, because if you pair them with like culottes or like looser shorts. If you guys have seen my shorts, you guys know I love doing the like tall boot with the shorts trend. Like that is so me, right down to a T. And the footwear that they are doing is so cool. You know, they've got the cool sneaker. It's like oversized. It's very chunky. They've got the like kind of thigh high over the knee boots that I feel like honestly anybody can wear, male, female, whatever. If you got it and you can like rock that, I feel like that is so cool. So I definitely recommend that. And then they kind of do this like weird, I'm not really into it, but they do these sandals with the thongs, kind of like flip-flops, but they're very square toe. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are doing this kind of like flip-flop kind of square toe thing, and I'm not like really into it. I feel like that's not for me, but like I respect it for you. Like if you are really into that, then I totally give you the go around, like do it. I feel like that's such a vibe. I have so many designer shoes in my wardrobe that like just from like mainstream designers, from like Gucci, Balenciaga, etc., that like I feel like I'm so over that right now, and I really want to like invest in like kind of like indie lesser known brands. It's hard because a lot of that stuff doesn't have resale value, so if I feel like I don't want it anymore, I can't really get my like money back for it. That's like the thing. I feel like when people shop at Dior or Chanel, you kind of have that like safety net that you can always resell it for like more money, or at least try and get or at least try and recuperate the money that you spent before. I'm totally gonna get that like kind of boot sneaker hybrid thing. I totally see it for summer, and that is one of my favorite shoe brands out right now. We are halfway through the video, so I'm going to share with you guys now my third favorite indie brand. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. I have talked about this brand before, and it is Carrère. If you guys know, he's actually very famous from like the last time I talked about it. I feel like I talked about this brand back in like February. If you guys know the celebrity stylist Mark Forn, he does a lot of the famous people out right now. He used to work with the Attico. If you guys remember that like kind of indie brand from Spain with that like street style star, and now he does celebrity styling. So he does Troye Sivan. I think he did a few people at the Met Gala with Loewe, but I absolutely love his style. He's based in Barcelona, and his style is very like Spanish Barcelona vibe to me. As you guys know, I am Spanish, so I do kind of look at those subcultures from like Barcelona, and I feel like the vibe right now in Barcelona is very like hype beastie, but there's a lot of utilitarian pieces being worn, but then it's very like freeing and it's very casual. Like I feel like the Spanish people don't kind of like, they would never wear this. They kind of just do like a long sleeve t-shirt with like cargos and like a sneaker. And his brand that he has with actor from Elite, Manu Rios, is called Carrère, and they've almost had it for about a year now, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. They do this really cool like double Henley t-shirt thing that I'm like really wanting to get for the summer. So basically they do a lot of like layering. They have like the cargo pants, you know. I've actually been on the hunt for like a really nice pair of cargo pants. I almost got these Our Legacy ones, but I feel like they weren't like exactly the ones I'm looking for. But Carrère is really that mix of like utilitarian with like trendy pieces that you can kind of wear like all year round if you lived in like Spain. Back to like the Yume thong thing. They actually just released this like thong like sandal thing, and I'm like so not into it, but like I feel like everyone's kind of wearing it right now, so I'm just like trying to like not follow the trend. But yeah, Carrère is a really cool brand. They do sell exclusively online, so I am a little apprehensive because I don't love ordering clothes online unless I know like I'll order from Essence because I can easily return it since Essence is based in Canada anyways, but like coming from Spain, like I really have to get the sizing right. So I am planning on ordering the cargos when they are back in stock, and I really want like the Henleys and like the double layer. But like there are some times when I really love that kind of utilitarian look that's just like very masculine. You wear like the t-shirt and then you're wearing like the cargos with the sandal. It's like almost like if I was like in Dune, you know, like even though I've literally never seen that movie ever. Dune vibe to me is really cool right now. I love it, especially for summer. It's hot out, you're just throwing on like pants, and if I lived in like Barcelona or like the streets of Paris, I feel like it's like a really cool aesthetic that like I kind of like want to get into, and I really think this brand is like one of the cool, like, up-and-coming brands that is kind of doing that aesthetic. I also love, even though it's like a famous actor and a famous celebrity stylist, that like it's not like hoodies or like, you know, when people do like fashion lines and it's like screen printed hoodies and stuff, I'm just like, it's so lame. But like this is like a fully thought out fashion brand, and I have to say, like, I'm really into it. Okay, and then last brand is Doublé. This is actually like one of my all-time favorite brands. So Doublé is a Japanese brand that is actually based in Paris. I'm not gonna try and pronounce the designer's name, so I'm just gonna put it on the screen. I really love Doublé, and I feel like Doublé, when people ask me like why I like it, I feel like it's like kind of hard to explain. But the whole thing about Doublé is that it's like really basic pieces that I feel like you would go to H&M and buy, but they have this kind of like pop culture twist on them. Actually, for example, I have a t-shirt that is like a regular classic button down, but the designer added like physical like balloons to it. I have a picture of it so I can like put it in the video here. This is like his thing. Like he'll put like, right now they have this t-shirt out that is just like a basic white t-shirt, but he added like a CD insert player thing to like the front, and I think it's so cool. You guys have probably seen his like My Best Friend t-shirts and shirts. This is probably like his like hero product that like he sells a lot of. So he has like button downs and t-shirts where he puts like a teddy bear or like a bear, and it says like my best friend, and it's like the whole thing is that you're like walking around with like your best friend. It sounds really lame, but you guys, but like honestly it is like so me. Like my thing is wearing really classic pieces, but then having that little thing to them that makes it like unique and makes it like really, really special. Lately his brand has actually like kind of blown up, because I think one time Kim Kardashian wore it. I know, like, wow, it really takes Kim Kardashian to make a brand blow up. Kim Kardashian wore it back in like the pandemic in like 2021 or whatever, so his brand has kind of like blown up. To me, Japanese fashion is very like genderless, so whenever he does his shows, he'll have like street casted models, and they just wear whatever they want and they like walk the show. It's really cool, you guys. I would recommend watching the shows on YouTube, because trust me, it is like one of the coolest brands out right now. And even though sometimes it gets to be like a little bit much, I feel like if you see it all on the rack, you can really find pieces that will like work for your wardrobe. Like for example, I love the t-shirts, I love like the button downs with like the little attachments, and I love it. I will say this is a dry clean only brand, because like the things he's doing with these clothing is like, I wouldn't even dream of throwing like, for example, my shirt with the balloons on it, I wouldn't put that in like the wash. Like that is dry clean only. This is such a great way to like represent Japanese fashion, especially when you are showing in Paris, because it really shows like how inventive and how creative the Japanese people are, and I absolutely love it. I have so much stuff from Doublé on my wish list. Literally one of my favorite brands, you guys. Like it is such a cool brand. If you are looking for like an indie brand that like a lot of people actually really don't know, but it has that kind of pop culture fix to it. I feel like I grew up watching like TV and like movies when I first moved to Canada. So like all these little pieces, I remember these things from like a TV show or whatever. And to me, it's like nostalgic that I really love about these pieces, and honestly, it is literally one of my favorite brands. Another cool thing is that on the tag, he actually makes very limited pieces of each item from each collection. So like your piece will literally say like for that button down I have, it says like, actually I might as well just get the damn button down. Hold on. All right, here is the shirt I was talking about. So you guys can see that it is the button down, and it has like the little hearts on it, and it's like attached to the shirt, which I just think is so freaking cool. But what I was talking about is that on the back, it has this like really long garment tag, and he names every piece. So this shirt is called Happy Balloon Striped Shirt, and in a size medium, and then he'll literally write like what number it is. He even writes like a description of it, like, it's a striped woven shirt with Supima cotton material, balloons often used for special scene and occasion. You can come up with romantic words and celebrate the day. See, isn't that like so inventive and like so freaking cute? Like honestly, you guys, like this is right up my alley. Like a classic button down, striped button down, but then it has like freaking like balloons. And also I've had this for almost like maybe 2 years, and the balloons are kind of fading, which I think is like even cooler because it's like kind of like a garment. I don't know, you guys, I'm rambling now, but that's up my alley. Like this is one of my favorite pieces that I have. Doublé is like really doing it for me. So yeah, I saved pretty much the best fashion brand for last, so I hope you guys really enjoyed that segment. And that is it for this week's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know, out of the 4 brands, which one you thought was the coolest and which one would maybe fit in with your personal style. I tried to pick brands that, you know, like whether you're a woman or man or whatever you are, I feel like if you have the vibe, you can totally rock this. So like, I hope I picked like some of the 4 coolest brands, because to me, I'm basically giving you guys like the Nikki cheat code, because these are 4 of my favorite brands and I absolutely love it. That's it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, as you guys do every single week. I honestly really appreciate it, and I have so much filming these videos for you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see next week. Maybe next week I'll do like a styling video, as I feel like I haven't done that in maybe like a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.